Greetings, everybody from Hannover Messe. We are here in the Coreflux of Portugal, one of the upcoming startups. And we're here with Gil Silva. Good to see you.
You're welcome.
All right. So, Gil, your team had created a language that allows someone or a system that allows someone to automate a factory floor in plain English instead of code. So, what does that look like in practice?
Hi, Lucian. In practice, what we're trying to achieve is creating a system that is simpler to deploy with like a plain English language. When we try to have a computing or a programming system that uses specific structures, we have a journey to learn how to use and how to figure out to use some technology. If you use a difficult technology or a difficult programming language, the time of adoption of a new technology it's a little bit far, as we know. To have a simpler way to connect some devices, some industrial transformation. For that, what we think was, okay, how we try to do like a plain language, and someone can write in plain language and ask specifically what they want to achieve to the system. That's why we built this LOT language of things, and with that we also can faster delivery AI features, because AI understands really well the plain English and also knows well the programming languages. When we fit these both worlds together, we can go further and try to bring another more people to these systems from the IT and OT side that really don't understand specific languages. With plain language, we of course all of us understand this plain language thing, and we can say something like turn the lights on. It's easier than programming it.
Thank you for that insight, Gil. So I was just talking yesterday with an industrial software CEO, and he mentioned that before the first ask of a customer for a new feature and a second, if you don't deliver on the first ask, the customer will figure out with something along the lines of Coreflux to do it themselves. So it's very timely, particularly for small to mid-sized companies, and which leads me to the next question. Now, your platform could run even on a $35 Raspberry Pi, right? What does that mean for a small manufacturing who wants to start with, let's say, an industrial IoT project or digital transformation, but it does not have the IT budget, or the CEO may also be the CTO or relies on external companies to do that?
Yeah. First of all, to achieve the digital transformation thing, take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of resources. The human resources and also the technology part, it's a little bit difficult to understand the whole architecture thing. When we have solutions like Raspberry Pi and with the LOT language, we can give some PLC features, not a true PLC, but some of these PLC features with these low budget devices. For example, the Raspberry Pi, we can with LOT give it like models, actions, and other features that we already have inside of Coreflux that are ready for the industry. Because Coreflux was built in the industry and born inside of industry, we understand a lot of what's happening in the shop floor. So everything that we built was with that specific needs in mind. If you need, for example, to connect some I/O devices, we can use I/O link devices that are low budget features that can give like sensorization, acquiring data. That actually was the first layer of digital transformation. And for that, small cases, for POCs, for example, for these proof of concepts, it's a really nice starting point. And of course, we have Raspberry Pi, but we can evolve it for bigger systems, for example, for Kunbus, or with bigger other PLC companies. But it's a starting point.
Got it. Thank you for that. Now, the way I understand it, as I peek through talking to various people at Coreflux, you've connected AI agents directly to the factory machines, not chatbots as you referenced, actual equipment. So what happens when you do that? What can the AI do to that machine?
Whoa, this is a wonderful question. Our CEO, Hugo, the first time I met him in 2017, he have a dream. He say me, man, I want to put machines talk with another machines and probably machines programming itself. It sounds like a crazy thing in that time, but like 5-6 years from that point, when the first LLM came to the world, we tried to figure out that, okay, we are not so far from that point. When we introduced the LOT, language of things in Coreflux, we deeply understand that was the path we can do. We are closer than we think. When after that we connect the LLM services with Coreflux, it's like a new world. In our demos, we have already running here in Hannover Messe. You can actually ask the machine to reprogram itself. You can acquire the data you really need, not what the integrators think that you need. For a manager, this can be like give me the right OEE from the production line.
Right.
And I got this data and real-time dashboards in a glimpse. Shorter times for deployment, shorter times to acknowledge different aspects from the business. It's a really turning point when we introduce the LLM features.
Thank you for the history. And while on the same topic, can you double click a little bit on, let's say, what can Coreflux do today that maybe a couple of years ago people thought this is impossible?
Almost everything. Almost everything. The first idea of Coreflux, it's quite interesting. When we start, we only think that Coreflux only be like a translator, revamping machines, pick older protocols, bring to newer ones, and that's it. We only think that was the swimming pool. It's only that. But today we know that we could do a lot more for the businesses. We can reduce costs for the edge to cloud costs. We can deploy faster than in the past, because in the past we need a lot of time and effort for our team to integrate the services. Now anyone can do that. And of course, when we think in the future, probably we can redesign or remodel all the business how it was doing right now, because we are achieving and deploy things that we didn't already figure out how they fit all these industries, and of course all the verticals, because we understand today that we are moving away and achieving a lot more businesses than we think in the beginning of the day. For example, energy sectors, schools, mining. It's really wonderful.
Let's expand a little bit there. Earlier this week, the CEO of Accenture made a comment that the question she asked her team about AI is not just about improving efficiency, so you very well described, but what about driving growth? And I think that's what you're tapping into the additional industry that you're talking about, growth for the particular customers that you're serving.
Yeah. Not only for the platform itself, not only for the business itself, but how to empower people. Because we try to go a little bit broader than other sides of businesses. For example, we have now our own academy, and we bring also the AI features to that side of the thing.
So just to explain a little bit, this is a program meant to empower the students, right? They are gonna
not only the students, to revamp careers.
Okay, all right.
We know that if you go only to the AI side, probably you end some jobs. You need to revamp that jobs. We need to take care of our ecosystem with the people we feed all these systems. And we try to revamp these careers with AI. Why? They can doing a new journey, and ourselves are lifelong learners. So we need to give these features, these new ways of work, and we need to touch the heart of the people, because we are not only talk with machines, we are putting them talk with us, but we are the ones we need to be touched.
Thank you, Gil. Now, what I got is rethink the impossible, and I want to end with something you've alluded a little bit earlier about your demo. What are you showing here at Hannover Messe that the people can only see at your stand? What's unique about the offering?
Okay, today in this week, people can see what we have in proof of concepts. We have a real-time machine, running on our booth. We can see the older data being processed and transformed. We can saw systems like mesh, energy management systems running live, and you can test it. And of course, it's not only the end platform itself. You can see live what is running under the wood. You can exactly see side by side what is happening from the Coreflux perspective and from the business perspective. This is not usually to see, and probably it's only possible when you do an appointment with us. If you come to here and talk, you have the opportunity to test it live, have all the team together to help you achieve the right way in the smaller time and with the smaller budget possible, your key goals. That's why we are here.
Gil, thank you so much for the insights. And if you're in the audience, feel free to follow us, ask the question. We'll get the appropriate person. Things are moving fast. I know last June I was in Porto meeting with the leadership team there, and it's changed quite a bit even from that time, not just 2 years ago, even from June to today, from what I've seen. So we will bring you the updates on the IIoT World channels, or again, still a few more days here at Hannover Messe to come and ask the question directly to the experts. Thank you.